Hello friends, so today I am going to do layout number 4 for Mini Kit Monday. We have 5 Mondays this month, so we had our kit reveal, then a bunch of layouts, and then yeah, so I'm on the 4th one already. I'm really excited. Hey, and I don't know if I mentioned it recently, but we do have a Facebook group, so go ahead and hit the link below and you can get zipped right over to join us on Facebook, to join in on the fun and get motivated to use up some more of your stash and fun kits that you build, because we want to see what you're doing as well. So, oh, and also all the links below are for the channels for the ladies that are the leaders of the Mini Kit Monday group. So we want to see what you guys are all doing, and we'll show you what we're doing, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So what I'm going to show you today is this picture right here. This is my youngest daughter and I having a little coffee date before we went to a hockey game. So she's wearing a hockey shirt, or a t-shirt, just fresh out of the shower, and went and had a coffee with me. We were in Plymouth, Michigan for this. Okay, and the sketch I'm going to use, let me make sure that you can see that real well. I'm going to use this sketch here. It's from the April 2019 page maps. I've been using page maps all month to get motivated to do some nice, quick, fun layouts and use a little bit of my kit, but I put so much paper in this time that I'm happy to report that I didn't use all my paper, but I've used a nice little chunk, and I'm having a lot of fun using this beautiful Jen Hadfield home collection. So I'm going to go ahead and put the next part on fast forward so that you don't see me hemming and hawing and trying to figure it all out. Oh, real quickly, I'll show you the paper. I'm going to use this scrap of paper because it's bringing out a little Starbucks green here. I'm going to use this for my background because it really brings out the orange in her shirt. I might cut some of this out to use as embellishments. We'll see if I need them. And I'm also going to use some of this really great charcoal with little polka dot paper. So now I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward, and hopefully we can get a layout done today. All right, we'll see you. Hello, hello. Okay, so for our voiceover, as always, I usually, as always, that makes sense. I go ahead and start trimming my pictures, trying to get them into some kind of size that makes sense for either the sketch I'm working or the idea that is in my head. You know, this month I was using page map sketches to do my layout, so that's what you were seeing there. So I cut these 3 photos. I printed them on 4x6 with my selfie, 4x6-ish. We know how the selfie works. And I split the photos. I left 2 in a block next to each other, and I separated 1 out, which is something I have not done before. Kind of like the configuration. It's kind of cute. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the top strips because I used a paper pad, so I don't really think they're branding strips. They're like holding strips, I guess, to keep into the paper pad. So this is a fabulous, rich coral color that came in the kit, and I thought I should use it because my daughter has some dark orange lettering on her shirt. It was for a sports team that we were going to be watching, so it's for the Youngstown Phantoms logo stuff. So I think it says go young, something about go Youngstown Phantoms. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and back the photos on this really nice seafoamy green paper, and I'm so far looking at this layout like this sketch, which is usually how my sketch work goes. I start with it at least resembling the sketch, and I frequently just go right off course, but that is the great thing about sketches, is they can get us excited or get us motivated, and then it's up to us to do what we want. That cutout looking piece of craft was part of a trim set by American Craft Set I added late into this kit. It's mostly black and craft. So I am auditioning it right now, as well as deciding what pieces from the wood veneer from this collection I'd like to add into this layout. I'm seeing what goodies make sense, and there's a lot of die cuts in this collection, but most of them are quite large. They're very bold. And I think a lot of this collection is supposed to lend itself to card making, so that might be part of the reason why they're so bold. But regardless, I do see these two pieces that look like little clipboard words, and I like those to separate out my two pictures into this sketch idea. And I realize after I slap all this stuff on there that it's a good idea to attach my paper. It's about that time. All right, so let's try to get everything back into place a little bit more so we can decide where we want to go with this layout. I do tend to use a lot of pattern paper for my backgrounds. I love pattern paper. It's, you know, I try to use different scale of the pattern papers when I'm using them together, but 9 times out of 10, if I have a choice, I'll use pattern paper for the background. I am a subscriber to the Scrap Room Kit Club, and they include a lot of cardstock. And so when I am using those kits, I do my best to use more cardstock. But I think I'm going to go a lot more towards using the cardstock from their collections for cut files, just because I don't naturally gravitate towards it, and I don't really want to kind of force myself into it. All right, so you see the basic idea of how my layout is going to look. I'm going through my 6x8 pad, and then I go through my 12x12 pad, because I'm trying to see if I want to have a little bit more punch of color in this layout. Right now it kind of really looks like it has a fall vibe to it. My daughter's shirt is actually a very dark purple with the orange, although when I'm looking at it on the screen it really looks kind of brown and orange, so it looks kind of matchy-matchy. I don't care if things are super matchy-matchy, but I usually want the photo to look like it is related to the product. And with all the product I have, it's not that hard to get something to work for me. So I'm getting ready now to start attaching things. You saw that I took a photo of, or I took a picture, however you want to call it, of the way I had my embellishments and photos laid out, because I find that when I take off my product quite frequently, it never goes back on the same way. So I thought I'd just make it easy on myself. I went ahead and pulled in a really bold, kind of a dirty gold metallic washi, because I thought I needed just a little bit more on that skinny band that I have up above. It's kind of an interesting sketch. It's one that I haven't done anything that similar to with that little tiny band, so it's always fun to do something just a little bit different. I love that cute little girl tag that's on the far right next to my daughter, who's putting up with me taking pictures of her in a coffee shop. We were in a situation where my daughter had volleyball earlier in the day. She played at Michigan State, and then her boyfriend was going to be playing in Plymouth, Michigan, which was only a good hour from Michigan State. So we took her to a Planet Fitness, got her a shower, and then decided to waste some time before the boyfriend's game by going to Starbucks. So that's all these pictures are. It's not like it's any big event. We just had ourselves a little coffee date. So you see here, I am cutting out some embellishments off of this one sheet that has lots and lots of icons on it. So I thought I would make some of my own little bit smaller die cuts, as like I said earlier, most of the die cuts from this collection are quite weighted. So I wanted some in a different scale. So I'm cutting out that little nice pale peachy pink butterfly. Oh, and those little word stickers, I don't know if you can see them on the screen that you're looking at. It says, "I feel pretty, oh so pretty." So I thought that was really cute because she had just gotten out of the shower, not wet hair, no makeup, just pretty much doing her thing. She always beats to her very own drum, and I think that's fantastic. Does not care. So you're stuck watching me cut out more itty bitty little embellishments here. And I have this cute little cup that I liked the idea of that was on that same sheet because we are out to coffee. I can't remember if I end up using it or not, but I did like it because it definitely makes sense for being at a coffee shop. Except for it says hello friend, and while my daughter is one of my best friends, she's also my daughter, so I didn't really know how I felt about that. Okay, cutting out another butterfly. Thank goodness I have my stuff sped up a little bit so you don't have to watch how painstaking it is for me to fussy cut. Now, I do like fussy cutting, but I am not super quick at it. So you see I have like a peachy butterfly, and then I also have a much darker hued one, which is great because most of the pattern paper I'm using on this is definitely going towards a dark tone. And I'm going through looking at the rest of the little icon bits. See, on this sheet that I'm using, there's a ton of stuff for cards. I think it would be fantastic if I was a card maker, but I just don't make that many. I usually make them if I have, you know, something I need to attach a card to really quick, or for challenges. That's where a lot of my cards come from. So let's see. Oh, this is a cute little floral embellishment, and I really wish they had a lot more of the florals that I could have cut out from this collection, you know, on that sheet, but they're kind of attached to words and stuff like that. They're very cute, but I was looking for something kind of specific, which I don't know why it was. We just get ideas in our head about the way things should be. So it is looking like I should actually consider attaching something at some point. I'm pulling in some white twine, and it has some gold metallic threads through it. I think that's like from the Bullseye's Playground, Target Dollar Spot, whatever you want to call it. I picked up a couple of those eons ago, and it's like the never-ending twine. All right, finally I'm starting to attach some of my product down, which it is truly about time. I have some wood veneer going on there, and I'm just checking to see that the writing is square on my page, because I have some of my elements kind of going wonky every which way, but I need the eye to have somewhere that makes sense to rest. So I'm sorry you're getting a glare on Ryan there, but sometimes I can't help it with the angle that I have my pictures down. But hopefully I'll move it soon enough and you won't have to deal with the glare right across her face. I'm attaching that cute little tag there with the girl standing ever so sweetly. I'm trying to find a place that you can see that giant brown die cut. It reads Grateful Heart. And I just got to straighten a little bit, but it looks pretty good there. And then most of the rest of this layout is me just fidgeting, putting the pieces that I already came up with on, finding little placements for them on this layout. It looks like I'm going to slap a little fun foam on the back of this coffee cup to give myself a little bit more dimension on this page. And I think I have a really simple title I'll be putting on this as well. I did this layout last week, and it already seems like it was 1,000 years ago. So this is this nifty little wood veneer piece, one of the only ones that was small, and I just tuck it right on top of the coffee cup for absolutely no reason, aside from the fact that it tucked in exactly in the right size. So you know how that is. So I'm popping a little bit of dimension on this piece as well, and I'll put the I feel pretty, oh so pretty words coming out from under the flower right there, because it ends up making sense that they are anchored to something at least. So those will go on. What else can I tell you? What else can I tell you? The Starbucks that we were at was very, very cool. It was like a 2-story Starbucks. So we had coffee like on the second floor of it. It was just a little tiny nook that had maybe 6 tables. And then you got to kind of watch everybody coming in. It was really kind of neat though, because there was some young men's group in there. The boys looked 18, 19, 20, and they were all dressed in the same outfits, you know, like sport coats with red ties and khakis. So we kept trying to figure out what exactly they, what kind of group they were. It kind of seemed like it was a choir group. I have no idea. Anyway, so we did lots of people watching. All right, I'm going to work on the title here. It's going to take me a second. And through the wonders of video, I was able to get the title on without you having to watch how slowly I was putting it on. Now, the cool thing was about this title, which is Sweet Coffee Date, is that the letter stickers I used, as well as the foam letter stickers I used, actually had adhesive on it. They're actually sticky stickers, so I did not have to individually glue any of them down. Now, I only put glue down the trunk areas of both my butterflies, so that's why you saw me using a paintbrush stick to kind of push them down. I like when butterflies are not fully adhered down, because it looks like they have just a little bit of movement. Now, that periwinkle looking butterfly on the top, that was part of the acetate die cut extra little pieces that I showed earlier in the kit, or at least in my kit reveal. And I've been using those right up. Those are great little pieces. So if I see those again, they're definitely a repurchase. So I'm grabbing enamel dots from this little bin that I have on the left, the little bin that is white, to go ahead and try to match up colors pretty closely. I think I have every color under the sun in this little bin, so I ended up reaching in there. I didn't really feel like using my little pearl ones that I had already put into the kit on this layout. It just isn't like some pretty event, so I don't know why. Pearls make me feel like it has to be slightly fancier, which I'm sure is ridiculous. Anyway, so you see I'm rifling through the many, many, many pearly bits and enamel dots that I get from either AliExpress or from Tuesday Morning, and the other place I get them is when I get scrapbooking kits from either Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and the other club I'm associated with is the Scrap Room. That's where I get all of my enamel dots. Though I'm not that picky where I get them from, because I just happen to like them. All right, so you see that I am shaking up some of my mists. I usually use Gold Heidi Shine, and the other color that I use, it's a bit of a crapshoot. It looks like I have exceedingly vintage glimmer mist that I'm going to use on here. And it's a black one that I have. It's called Black Magic or something like that. But it's just a little bit of black mist to bring out more of the color. And I'm using kind of a diagonal feel for putting the mist from the upper left down, bringing your eye to the lower right. So I just have a combination of black and gold there. And you see I'm putting it in what we call a pizza box. I just do that so that I don't get mist shooting all over my table. It kind of catches the little extra leftover bits. It's just saving myself a little cleanup time. And I did cover my photos because if I don't, I will get the mist absolutely everywhere. I tend to be a bit of a slob when it comes to shooting my mist absolutely everywhere. So just showing you the rest of my layout. So please go ahead, like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. And I will be back with you in the next day or so with another layout. Bye-bye, everyone.